Now, a Sussex insider has claimed that Meghan Markle is currently plotting a big return to the United Kingdom for the first time since 2022. What do we know about this and Meghan Markle's plans to finally go back to the UK?
Yeah, I was really excited to read about this because it felt like the missing puzzle piece because, in recent weeks, we've been talking about the Sussexes possibly having a bit of a peace summit, a reconciliation with the royal family. And I was kind of, mystified a bit. I thought, well, hang on, what's Meghan's role in this? Where's she sitting? And a reporter who spoke to the Daily Mail said that she is giving it her blessing. She does want to move forward with this reconciliation because she has big plans, and these big plans all sort of surround the 2027 Invictus Games, which will be in Birmingham. So a big return. This is Harry's signature charity, his signature event. It's coming back to the UK in 2 years' time. And, 2027 sounds like quite a while away, but really it's not.
No.
I mean, if you think about it, the last time Meghan was in the UK was 2022. So that was nearly 3 years ago. So I think that she's kind of smoothing the way a bit with the royal family because she knows that in 2027, she wants all eyes on her. She wants the royal family to be at the Invictus Games. And I think that for her, that is crucial because if we think about it, the Sussexes' only real tangible value is their proximity to the royal family. So if she can kind of be the star of the Invictus Games in 2 years' time, that gives her another 5 years of press, of deals and money making. So it's all part of a grand plan, I think.
Of course. Now, details have emerged about King Charles's friendship with First Lady Melania Trump ahead of the state visit to the UK in September. What do we know about this relationship?
Yeah, well, this is quite a surprising friendship, of course. First Lady Melania Trump, she first met King Charles over 20 years ago when he was Prince of Wales, when he visited New York. They reconnected during the first Trump presidency with that state visit, and they've stayed in touch. And she actually revealed this in her memoir that came out last year, that she's kept up letter writing kind of correspondence with King Charles. And that's actually not surprising because King Charles is known for being a prolific letter writer. He's always corresponding over letter. He even keeps in touch with Meghan Markle via letter, supposedly.
Wow.
So he's very much a letter writer, and I think they just sort of have this quiet friendship. And I love that kind of stuff. I love hearing about these sort of people having a private life and having these sort of friendships that aren't in the press, that are just sort of something between them. And I'm very curious to sort of see what it'll be like when they're back together in September.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, won't it? Now, Prince William and Princess Catherine are reportedly planning to leave their home, Adelaide Cottage, and already have a new home picked out. Do you know why they're set to leave their Windsor home park?
Yeah, so this was a report that came out a few days ago that supposedly they're looking at Fort Belvedere, which is also kind of in the surrounds of Windsor. It's not near Windsor Castle, it's kind of more adjacent in Windsor Great Park. That would be a much larger home for them, much more kind of secure. And when the reports came out initially, what wasn't mentioned was, I think, the real reason that they're moving, frankly, which is security. So we know, and we've talked about it on this show, there's been at least 2 incidents in the past year of people breaching the perimeter of Windsor Castle and coming quite close to the Wales family, which is very scary. There was an incident last year where 2 masked men were able to break through a barrier. They stole farm equipment and they were very close to Adelaide Cottage. The Wales family was sleeping nearby. Very kind of terrifying for them. And I think that ever since that incident, there's been kind of question marks over, well, what is the sort of security here? I mean, this is the future king of, of England, and he's sort of a sitting duck in a sense. So I'm not surprised to hear that they're looking at Fort Belvedere. Of course, it is a huge property. The royal family have actually leased it out for the last 30 years to a Canadian billionaire. He recently passed away. His widow has now left the property, so it's vacant. But I do think that the real reason here is security.
Reilly Sullivan, thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour. It's great to speak to you.
Always.